autobiographic eulogy fluently translated. Another world, another language. Nowadays the tango whiskey man text is much too complex for the timid detainment. So I let the nameless name it and claim it for all times. All kinds of foulness is found in that logic. Sounds like a spare time project suckers could use to feel less like an object. Crawling lessons, walking comes next. Gradually the concepts get less complex and stay complicated until they've been situated and applied properly within the right context. Divine design originated from the mind of some self-made Dr. Manhattan style blind resident, hesitant to achieve resolution. A disappearing act just may be the solution. Like give me your hands, give me your minds. This station is non-operational. Give me your hands, give me your minds. This station is non-operational. Flame contact from the knife edge chop. The tip-top position that will spark the mission. Link communication gaps among the rejects. Pay phone quarters on my nervous reflex. The stationary phone booth action. Headline news that never knows a form of retraction. Full steam ahead, pull out the stops. Rock headgear for when the other shoe drops. Safety first, the teamwork is the plan. Paint and doors black with the red right hand. Funny how it works. Obviously novices will get up and go get to be the experts. Furthermore, the former fortified a network full of yes men itching to make their necks hurt. Norma Desmond intact with wax works. Automatically systematic fact perks. Like give me your hands, give me your minds. This station is non-operational. Give me your hands, give me your minds. This station is non-operational. Cold blue still and sweet fire attended the judgment of the moon and the stars. Even took separate cars. A simple destination reached in dead heat. White knuckle freaks to the red meat and everything in between. Getting rid of every blade of grass that's green just to make it one-sided. Mr. Square Dealer, life is an imitator of a faith healer. Rick James Martyr, who got a new deal with no time to barter. So much water passed under the bridge that Mustang Sally has a reason to live on a one-track mind. It's kinda ironic that those tracks aren't sonic, yet they leave an indelible mark. All the same, especially the hits. It gets hectic for dead beats injected with live electric. So be looking good, best foot first, or any other cliche that fits within the verse. Ready for a bubble burst, a push button or a simplification. That's not a big nothing. These mandibles need tangible options. Something worth feeling, something appealing to the hero. TIE fighter wing Pegasus, the specialist, effortless Legolas. Test dream, interpretation freelance. Practice in whenever there's a chance. Playing Guildenstern every day to the rap Rosencrantz. Watch your time pass till it's time to advance from the docks. Head chock full of memories. Kinetic, majestic, vivid imagery for the mind's iris to exclusively see and know how it feels to let forever be. Give me your hands, give me your minds. This station is non-operational. Give me your hands, give me your minds. This station is non-operational. Check my grand arcanum arrangement. Sacrificing everybody at the engagement. Live ingredients provide immediate results. The beast needs us for feeding it. How did it become so codependent? Stepping away seems the logical way to end it. Highly recommended movement. Simple maneuver for vast improvement. One that should have been considered in the first place before the scenario became worst case. Passive resistance in this instance is far beyond driven. Suckers that are living in slow motion will be left behind. Out of sight, out of mind. Like I'm blind to actual events. False pretense is my safety net, my one defense. Now you know, now you know. 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 Some Somebody found me in the darkness on the edge of town, standing on the verge of getting down. Maybe I was figuring the system out, playing my escape route, no doubt. Check out my execution in high resolution, audio visual pollution. Wallow in the mire until I retire, extinguished since my heart's on fire. Left with the smoke and ash, the broken glass I sift through with a passing glance. No hands and no plans for the moment, stoic with a hope to remain unnoticed. Ellison edition of Invisible Man, astral project as fast as you can for the sake of survival. Defense mechanism, warning salvo for those who don't listen. Now you know, 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 now you know. Lights out, suckers, take your bad medicine. Your reality needs editing. You cannot make a moment an epic. Legends aren't self-appointed, they're selected. Life is more than a Facebook status. One element of this mixed up madness. Pawn like apparatus. Small movements mass cleverly lead to vast improvements. Feeling removed from the masses. Interaction with the leagues of classless, aggressively passive attackers. One could imagine most folks acting as if it can't happen. Well, the front has got me mad enough to touch something. Then it's just me, and it's that sudden. Snapshot, freeze frame, instantaneous, inglorious, yet miscellaneous. Now you know, 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 now you know. Pages so fresh, I can't stand it. Emanate candid thoughts among madness. Out like a rough cut bandit, suddenly abandoned. Working on a ballad dedicated to a tangent. Reality, my standard practice. Hoping your atlas has a Z-axis for a better understanding. Making things valid, rearrange frames like working with an avid. Inside and outside finally match, and they're already searching for a way to detach. This is the confession of a latchkey kid. Broad daylight is where I keep it all hid. Formerly forbidden, currently foreboding. So keep telling me what I'm already knowing. Preach it to the choir. Fire versus fire. Eyes wide shut is the moment expired. King of the beautiful breakdown. Bulletproof soul, nothing can take down. King of the beautiful breakdown. Bulletproof soul, nothing can take down. Reprise the role of ready, able, and keep all expansion under control for the sake of those who can't take exposition. They can come together and form a coalition of the unwilling. An ironic proposition in a position to be your own opposition. Self-appointed suicide mission enhancements, waiting for a spot amongst the stars and planets. Cosmic anomaly, overlooked commonly. Caught in the semantics of possibly versus probably. Open actuality, faded fatality. Face to face with the facts of your reality. Passionately pass by, past passenger. This imprint circumvents the diameter. Owner of the gamut, most labels spectacular. Traded out my soul with a flux capacitor. King of the beautiful breakdown. Bulletproof soul, nothing to take down. King of the beautiful breakdown. Bulletproof soul, nothing can take down. If my life is labeled grand illusion, the everyday man's is mass confusion. The powers that be use mass intrusion for the brand new retro final solution. Throwback attack dressed up all different. Magnificent malice towards innocence unleashed. Broken chains again. Rebirth style growing pains again. Yet you can play the replay, all's in. Poker face on and going all in. That's what you call a buy-win for real. Tiger blood pumps through my heart of steel. Can't chill, even with calm demeanor. Still laugh sometimes. Is this what Dina was talking about? Cause I'm all washed out. Editorial currently crossed out. King of the beautiful breakdown. Bulletproof soul, so nothing can take down. King of the beautiful breakdown. Bulletproof soul, so nothing can take down. Here is how one comes to grips with vices. Recalibrated definition of crisis. Someone post-dated the reality check. Funny money won't make the ends connect. Even if I paid the tax man respecting an overabundance, he would still collect. That's one certainty. Certainly it doesn't happen haphazardly or inadvertently. More like a clockwork Russian roulette. Still code red, panic in effect. Protect your neck for Pete's sake. Survival instinct in sync. Act then think. Black Ops code name Automatic Slim. Slim like your chances in all circumstances. Take this for example. I will use your death rattle as an amplified sample.
When enemies attack, you know where I'll be. 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 When enemies attack, when enemies attack.
Quite often I mistake rap for combat, contact, or something far beyond that. Jeet Kune Do, still apply water technique to the flow more than you know it. Sleeper cell weapon in the form of a poet. Full metal jacket came fully loaded, loaded to the gills. Run for the hills, visions of the aftermath give me the chills. Like why have I been forsaken? Acting as if these actions were sanctioned in any way, shape, or form. Storms without calm, damaging your whole structure, no qualms. I regret nothing when animus attacks. I am objective and can't control that. So I am but a ghost in the shell. One more face at the bottom of a poison well.
When enemies attack, you know where I'll be. 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 When enemies attack, when enemies attack. I crashed my ride in the ditch and I rolled out the whip. Brushed my shoulders off the shake, moved the dirt and the chips. I was holding, not knowing I was making a statement. Then moving the crowd meant more than making the payment. This is where the strain lives. In the words they don't hear. In the city slang turns out of state cold beers. It's so near, taste it on the tongue till death wants your breath. Then he takes it from your lungs. Run like you know where you wanna be and get there and sit where the beat stop moving, smoking sick. Yeah, this is where you wanna plant roots and spread gossip in the land that doesn't understand truth. More proof with the pudding. I was putting in work, but rocking for scene kids unsure of the worth. The birth of a new style to move all the pains things and see love and hate is two sides of the same thing. When enemies attack, you know where I'll be. 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 When enemies attack, when enemies attack. Who's down the bill? That's real, so we get what we make and just keep what we still. Who's down the break? I can't relate unless I saw something better. Rise and take its place. Way down the move. I know the crowd is. I hear the hearts pounding even louder than the sound is. Who's down to die? I hope none of us. I wanna live long and prosper, every one of us.
Conspirative collaborators, that's how I classify the beats and rhymes that I create from time to time. Minimal gaps in between each composition to keep competition off balance. Frustrate, exacerbate like most. They come but won't come close to making the cut. And somehow I manage to up production with the chopping block damage. Spitting in the wind for distance. Laughing at the path with the least resistance. Defiantly, no proprietary complexes. In this nexus of ours where we find common ground. Everything shifts when I come around. Volatile element in the compound. Full metal alchemy is how I get down, since I am the vessel that is encased sound. Chief's got a bionic mnemonic device. Verbalize warning, so suckers think twice at least about stepping. Proximity awareness is preparedness when lacking weapons. Ironically, even proper artillery is pointless when that hand lacks ability. Volunteer casualties showing up willingly. Poison pen put to work once again. Kill them all. Chief isn't the creator. Some poor bastard will sort them out later. Passion and rational thought will crash off, and there is no ratio to soften the blow. Wearing battle scars for show with no benefits. Lost like innocence. Who will remember this when we live life like never forget? Sleeper cells lacking any sign of regret. Order these supplies all in ocean size. For some clockwork, born child open in the eyes. Fitting, kinda like a glove that's a quitting. Consciously decided to stand amongst the sitting. Fear is a tool for making the fools fall in line. Like molecules and enzymes. Chemical designs, madman hands. Viciously, maliciously, meticulous plans. Best laid, mice and men both sway. No definition in this vague charade. Proud of unknowing, sowing the grassroots. Keep on growing past the absolutes. Life is a transitive math, a path with lack of direction. Make the selections wisely, immortalize the likely. Never get lost analyzing the psyche. Speaking of angles and angels and all of what's tangled within the elaborate stranglehold. Told y'all before anything happened, dissect patterns like they all had captions. Tried to walk a square path, but there wasn't any room up on their path. They keep saying, never was I playing. That could possibly be the problem, suckers keep on fabricating. Friction, born to making fact from fiction. Volatile elements in bad positions. Pain changes from concept to actual when friendly fire turns all your dreams to shrapnel. Wounded beyond recognition, left with nothing but a list of difficult decisions. Making momentum from madness, a catalyst, analyst, spinning the law of averages like we're crooks and savages with reckless abandon. Lost children who need reprimanding. These are not random events, this planning was years in the making. With new expansion at a constant rate, and all to beats to say the least, without fear of permanent damages. Bullet time management practitioner with the perfect example to administer. My head while I'm living in the red. Falsify the way as we lead the misled. Lost in thought describes the current situation. Why am I responsible for any navigation when I was the one who burnt the map? A slap in the face to the notion of a planned destination that would describe the reality that I'm facing. Comrades willing to cut you out of the equation. Great minds and so on. That interpretation will make Chief guilty by word association. Conversation starter, accidental martyr. Pulled off track and forced to push harder to get back beneath the click-clack when I struck with a primary counterattack. Pinpoint precision, alright, and exactly in the spot that is needed as we proceed. Sweat through the piece and surely you will bleed when the war is on, so Chief remains calm. What if the storm takes on another form? Metamorphose, I suppose, becomes the norm. Transient being, look into another pair of eyes and you haven't classified what you're seeing. Dark scanner, when the cop and criminal are all hosted within one individual. Locked in train of thought like sense deprivation. Logic ops for a permanent vacation. Pro-radimus and no definite answer. Malay sways in like cancer. In X Factor, an unknown elemental. Now you play the role of stranger in your residential. Sleepwalk for survival. Well rested and surprised at the moment of arrival. Dark passenger came along though, and he's got a hold on cheap on some J Strongbow. Never letting go, tighten the vice. Hardwire splicing his line into mine. Piece by piece, realignment process. God bless the child who could do it on his own. You are not alone, in fact, take solace in that what you cannot see is intact. Judge and the jury, give my opinion and then prepare to unleash the fury on a bystander / casual observer. My love for you is chicken clock berserker. Put it on the back burner for return. This is denial of ability to confirm any supposition. My position is neutral. Ends versus middle is a tool so useful for this occasion. My mind defines my insane creation with no hesitation. Go gadget contraption, getting my thing in action. That's what's happening, man. The doomsday alchemist. Hands in aggregate creates a catalyst. Conscious decisions, maximum access. More optimistic, the sounds of blackness.
On a spoken note, we can do the rope and dope. Don't really throw fists, cause I'm rubbing with that potent flow. Even weak knees from the steak to the Poconos. And if you got a problem with me, I hope you know I do this for myself, not for you, dude. They all say the same shit, wondering who's who. Wish my celly had two snooze buttons, cause I ain't sleeping right. Hollering, hey Zeus, I'm weakened by these weekend nights. Hope you're sleeping right, cause you're the only thing I got left. They said I'm a hot mess. Testosterone rappers thinking they got nests. Gotta let it off my chest, this is not stress. This ain't a competition, this is my therapy session. Teachers think I'm obsessed and need some therapy sessions. Underqualified, watch as you get quantized. Living life montage, you don't even know me. You just know my entourage. Step into a party, your venue like a heavy note promenade. Oh, you already know, saw me on a stage in the video. Think I made a penny, bro. Spend it on that Henny that your mama fed you well too. Already died once, so baby I've been held through. Bet your mama fed you well too. Bet your mama fed you well too.
I'm a man with many passengers. One in front is laughing, yet another slides back with an axe to murder happiness. I try to stay cool, calm, collected, full of decency, but it's a cruel world. Yo, my fire keeping heating me under the summer sun, hoping it'll burn off. Yet I find myself lighting a rag in a bottle of Smirnoff. This alcoholic sipping on a cocktail will not fail. Waiting on a doomsday message in my hotmail. Check, got the mission, gotta pop the piston. Got a lot of hot stress written, wanna listen. The voices in my head speaking many different dialects. Whether they got me right or left, at least I haven't died just yet. Torn between the many sides of humankind. Everyone has got a passenger, yes, you and I. See, clouds will always dirty up the bluest skies, but we have to hope the cityscape can beautify.
Global repositioning device, the nice man with VIP entry, permanent eye scan, double decker bus style, stepping the game up. Diamonds in the rough that are not the same cut. Met on the level, departed on the square. Takers and leavers, all non-believers at heart. Torn apart, so bleak because a funky attitude could add to the mystique. Best not cast eyes upon the blank gaze of the moon man caught up in the uncommon phase. Barstool scholar, horse collar tackling topics, making mountains out of microscopics. Bring the solar pad with heart attack machine. Place near a bucket while it's doing its thing. Everybody kick it, yeah, that's the ticket. Counterculture rejects, protest and picket. Pick up some liquid at the sit-go. Plus $5 gas and poems by Rimbaud. Talk to anybody with arms akimbo, whether standing on the edge or sitting in limbo. One is well versed in preaching the choirs. One communicates with the telephone wires. Two of a kind, leaving behind trails of sunflower seeds and watermelon rinds. Obviously clues a meeting of the minds took place, clues that were left in case nobody kept record. Minds get blown in directly like still life with woodpecker. Dynamite chest, gorilla skin vest, the beast from the east and the best from the west can't hack. Rockin' Japanese joke jackets this fall, 3 sleeves, no holes at all. Mom mentality, rotate randomly and rapidly. Trendy little angelic war of the sharp-dressed devils of the mind. More than one kind of advance, circumstantial navigational tools for fools who cast out rules and instruction. Skip the brief introduction. And to meet the maker, creator, the doomsday device, devastation detonator. Holding after parties at the crater, 24 hours at a time until the stars align. Disperse it, whatever comes first, keeping it terse, no need for outbursts. Research proves the worst things that happen. The young and the dumb can still be the captain of the ship. All it takes is simple motivation. Misdirection can affect the situation. Coming up next, elimination round, bound by the limits of the lost and found. Ex-contestants don't come around here anymore, and it's likely there won't be many more. So game over, hit the reset button, go to options and eliminate front end. Epiphany time, to save the day one must learn to strike hard and then fade away. Known as 82nd intangible asset, infinite potential from cradle to casket. Black lips, black frames, and black kids on heavy rotation. Full dedication, meditation through a new application. New attitude for the new education. Pop quiz, what it is, young rapper. Time for you to know what comes after laughter. Drown in the tears for fears realized. Re-emerge just like you've been baptized. Any non-native should protect your rise. Digital feeds will have you hypnotized. Otherwise, land the confusing lies and opposing views and ways to monetize it all. Standards and practices, bounce checks and imbalances. Bounce checks and imbalances. Bounce checks and imbalances. Bounce checks and imbalances. Holy Ghost shivers, it's a cold winter. So wound up I could shatter into splinters. Hazardous material scattered all around. Heavy footsteps on shaky ground. Hate me now, finally I stop caring. Heal an instrument now beyond repairing. Pieces of a dream torn up at the seams. Sharp teeth or not enough it seems to defend existence or put up resistance. Keep it like a secret or bear witness. What's the real difference between an event and a tendency? Is it just frequency? Self-made prophecy? Momentum for monotony? A rabid creature of habit, absent-minded with the rampant harassment. Bounce checks and imbalances. Bounce checks and imbalances. Looking at a moment from both sides now can allow me to analyze where I most fantasize. In fact, canonize that. Label me a diplomat for the abstract and mundane alike. Unified theories, spokes in the wheel, feel it all severely. Hear me out, only then can you truly let the right one in. Ballad of a thin man, can't get it in, man. Outsider, call himself ahead for higher. All we need is fire for the opposite end, and then we begin to become more than men, lesser than legends of gods, staying at odds with the pod people like the iPods. Occupy that space that lies in between, sorta like distance is everything.